Hey guys, Loco8080 back with some more World of Tanks. Now in this week's replay it's going to be featuring the IS4, which is the tier 10 Russian heavy tank, and we're going to be playing on El Haluf. Now looking at the actual matchup itself, it's just under 50-50. They've got slight more advantage according to XVM, which isn't always correct, and don't ever get disheartened by that, as I have noticed from games, even on low percentage you can still win. Now they do have an extra tier 10 tank than us, but once again we can't let that deter us. Now the IS4, it's been some time since I've used this tank. I tend to use my IS7 quite a lot, which is the other Russian tier 10 heavy tank, and I do have a good performance rate in that vehicle. Now the IS4 I don't seem to perform as well. Now the tank itself does have a good all-round armour. It's a good all-round tank in general, to be fair, as it's got decent mobility, as you can see, good speed. The armour is good when angled. It's not as good as the i7 frontally, but if you angle this vehicle, it is extremely effective. Also, the gun is one of my favourite things about it. Now, it's a smaller caliber gun than the i7, but it does actually have an extra 8mm of penetration, which you can see here, 258. But the alpha damage at 440 is 50 less than the i7. Now, I'm going to move up to this new area, which typically the heavies and everyone seems to brawl. Now, they actually changed the map a couple of patches ago, and this seems to be the main spot where everyone comes to basically scrap. Now, as you can see, the enemy AMX-50B doesn't want to be in the game anymore. Just rushed out in front of enemy fire, which I don't know why I would have done that. We've got some tanks on the ridge here in a good position, and that AMX-50B is down. Followed shortly by our own AMX-50B, so not a good day for the AMX-50Bs. Now coming to the first position where you manage to get crossfire with the enemy, I'm going to try and get a shot on somebody on the other side. Now I can see that there's a T110E4. I'm going to try and get a clutch shot on him, fire, and take the kill. Luckily missing the Object 268 gun. Artillery decides he wants to say hello though shortly, and as you can see here I noticed that some enemy tanks are appearing around this corner, which I need to keep an eye on and deal with. Artillery hit the guy there. It's an auto-loader. Second shot comes in. Not a good day for him. Now there's a FV1... Here we go, take a shot. Damage. Oh, and it just misses. So that was an FV215B183, which luckily just missed myself, but I managed to get a damaging shot in. Now I've just realised that the guys actually behind me are now down. Foch 155 there, get a good shot in. As you can see the top cupola part there, that is a weak spot, so aim for that position. It's a deadly tank and reloads, it's got an auto 3-shell auto-load, it reloads every 5 seconds. Get another good shot in. Waffenträger E100 is my track. Now I notice behind me there's no cover apart from the ridge, and there is an E100 appeared. And then a second E100. Now luckily for me though, they haven't turned to myself, so it gives me enough time to turn around to try and take some shots at it. Now it is aiming at me but doesn't shoot, and I notice it actually kills the IS3 behind me. Goes for the easy kill instead of trying to do damage against tier 10 tanks. Now for whatever reason as well, they're looking the opposite way, which luckily the M103 and the FV 4202 is drawing their attention, which allows me to get more effective fire in. Now the game isn't going our way at this point, as we are down by 2 tanks more than them, but we need to just keep drilling away. Now as you can see, hitting the side of the actual E100 is no problem for this gun at all. Can penetrate with ease. And aim for it on the hull, which I managed to hit. So racked up 3,300 damage so far. I've got support coming on my left there, as you can see, and the E4 is still holding that corner, so I'm confident that I'm safe to actually shoot from this position. Even though slightly angled, I still managed to shoot through the side armour, and then artillery takes a pop, which I was aware of, but I don't want to go back there because of the fact that it is an autoloader. E4 has fallen, so I need to now go take his place, so I'm going to turn around now and go there. Now I've got guys covering my rear. The FV is going to poke for a shot, shoot at the same time. I luckily managed to take him out, and fortunately my armour does hold up reasonably well, so I don't take up too much damage. IS8 takes a pop and does a bit of damage therefore on me. Look at those, the IS4 behind me pushing up. Foch 155 takes a shot and bounces. I managed to kill him. Waffenträger 100 takes a shot and bounces also. Takes a shot at the IS4 and bounces. Now as you can see here, he keeps firing, they just keep bouncing off us, apart from the IS8. The looks of things though, the Waffenträger 100 is actually using the larger caliber gun, which does 750 damage average, but hasn't got as much penetration. So that could be the reason why it was bouncing off our side there. Now I've done nearly 5,000 damage here. I need to be careful of this. IS8 is quite skillful, even though experience stats may say he's not, but he is managing to hit my weak spots and whittle my health down, so I have got to be careful, but still press the enemy as we are still losing. For the first time in the game, we've finally come back into the lead. Now I'm going to push around. I can see this E100 here. We need to remove before we can push towards the enemy cap. Now he's turned towards us as he sees a threat, and I take a bad shot there. At that angle, there is nowhere we're going to penetrate. Want to try and get another shot on him before everyone comes bearing down on him. Another big hit on him, and the rest of the team just make him to bits. Now at this point I've done 6,300 damage and I'm pushing on now. I'm looking at the enemy and there is still some decent tanks on their team, and they can still bring this back. Artillery takes a shot and misses, which is luckily, but what we're trying to do now, myself and the IS7, is push down on this flank with the M103 and try and basically move towards the cap. The FV4 202, as you can see, is just holding this position. There's a back chat was last spotted here, but we do have a Waffenträger Panzer IV covering our cap. Still no sign of enemy at this moment, and then the back chat gets spotted on the eastern side of the map, which could pressure our cap. And he kills the cap defender, so now we've got a wide open cap and we could have some problems. You can see the T-54A1's been appeared. M103 takes a hit at him. Unfortunately though, I get a clutch shot on him, but unfortunately managed to take out the M103. Now as the IS7 pushes forward, I know that we can't push towards the cap and leave this guy unscathed, so I need to go back and deal with him before he can do damage to us and reset. The back chat has moved onto our cap, so we need the FV4202 to move in and take him out. Around, get a clutch shot, take out the autoloader. Now the I-7 has come toe to toe with a 110, which is only a tier 8 tank, so he should be perfectly fine, but there's the autoloader and artillery is still somewhere in play. Lucky for us though, the FV comes up and basically takes out the back chat, which secures the cap, and it looks like it's going to be a certain victory. Only opposition left is a back chat. There's not long left in the game, it's a fast tank, so I'm in no mood to basically chase it around the map, so I'm going to head towards the actual cap itself. All in all for myself so far, a good result, 7,165 damage. It's one of the highest damage I've actually done in this particular tank. You need to get yourself in a good situation to do that amount of damage. You've got to actually brawl and angle your armor so you don't take too much. I think if I would have taken a lot of damage at the early stages of the game, I wouldn't be alive to see the end. I think it's because the armor held up to its name and I did a bit of angling, and I managed to avoid getting the major crossfires, which managed to keep me alive long enough to rack up this amount of actual damage. So you can see from the post-game stats, that actually was an ace tanker, which is no surprise really. I got a steel wall and also a high caliber. Now as you can see, I did pretty much twice as much damage as anyone else in the game, and I feel that if I didn't do that much damage, we could have potentially lost. Also the armor blocked almost 5,000 worth of damage. All in all, I love the IS4. It's a great all-round tank and it's recommended getting. Hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you did, please consider giving it a like. It really helps me out, and I'll see you on the next one.